Greetings and welcome to another edition of the Fan Perspective. I'm your host Nathan Lyle. It is technically Thursday, but it's close to midnight. By the time I upload this, it will be Friday, which means I'm right on schedule for another edition of NBA Weekly. And here's what's happened in the association in the past 4 days. The Miami Heat have now won 24 games in a row. The Denver Nuggets have extended their winning streak to 14. And outside of those two, the longest winning streak in the league belongs to the San Antonio Spurs, who have now put together 3 straight. There are plenty of losing streaks, however, most of them in the Eastern Conference. The Pistons have lost 9 in a row, the Magic have lost 5 in a row, and the Cavs have lost 4 in a row. And in some playoff news, the Miami Heat have clinched the Southeast Division. The Indiana Pacers, Brooklyn Nets, and Denver Nuggets have all clinched a playoff berth. And a few milestones this week, not too many to mention, just a few really big ones that stick out because Kevin Garnet, he is 62 career minutes behind John Stockton for 6th on the all-time list. Kobe, whenever he starts playing again, I have no idea when that'll be, if it happens at all this season, though I doubt he'll miss the entire season. He is Kobe. He's 83 career minutes away from being only the 15th player in NBA history to reach 45,000 for his career. And since we're talking about minutes anyways, I guess I might as well start the countdown because Jason Kidd is now only 278 minutes away from being only the 4th player in NBA history to reach 50,000 career minutes. And it won't happen over the weekend, but it's definitely happening before the end of the season, very likely before the end of the month. And Jason Terry only needs to make 6 more three-pointers to become just the 4th player in NBA history to reach 1,900 for his career. And a few games that I'm looking forward to this coming weekend. On Friday, we've got a full slate, 11 games being played, and almost half of them holds at least some mild interest. I mean, they may not be like the most exciting games you've seen all year, but there's enough at stake that at least I'm going to mention them. The first of all is the Knicks at the Raptors. The Knicks are currently a game behind Indiana for that 2nd seed, and they have yet to beat Toronto this year. Then you have the Bucks at the Pacers. Milwaukee has basically been the 8th seed the entire season, and they want to fight their way into a higher seed, and they are 2-1 against the Pacers this season. However, the home team has won every game in this series. And then you've got the Blazers at the Hawks. The Hawks have fought their way back into 5th place in the Eastern Conference, while the Blazers have fallen down to 11th place in the West and could be out of playoff contention soon if they can't start winning again. You've also got the Celtics at the Mavericks. The Celtics have the same record as Chicago and currently are the 7th seed, either because Chicago wins the tiebreaker or because they just haven't updated NBA.com yet. Either way, they're looking to move up in the standings, as are the Mavericks, who are currently 3.5 games out of playoffs. And of course, you've got the Jazz at the Spurs. The Jazz have been knocked out of the playoffs after only winning 3 of their last 10 games. However, they are only a game and a half behind the Lakers and could easily fight their way back into the playoffs if they keep winning. They split their first 2 meetings with the Spurs, and this is their final game against them this season. And on Saturday, there are 7 games being played. This is what stands out to me. First, you've got the Raptors at the Knicks. Anytime 2 teams play each other on consecutive nights, something fun is bound to happen. And then you've got the Pacers at the Bulls. The Pacers have already clinched the playoff berth and are looking to sweep the season series against the Bulls. You've got the Celtics at the Grizzlies. The Celtics hope to even the series in this final matchup between these 2 teams. And then you've got the Nets at the Clippers. The Clippers look to even the series in this final matchup between these 2 teams. Yes, I just said the exact same thing I said about the other game, but whatever. It's my show. I can do what I want. And on Sunday, you've got the Hawks at the Bucks. The Bucks have not been able to beat the Hawks yet this year. The Spurs at the Rockets. The Spurs look to close out this series with the clean sweep of their in-state rivals, who are barely holding on to that 7th seed. You've got the Blazers at the Thunder. The Thunder have struggled a little lately, but that was against playoff-bound teams, and the Blazers have not beat the Thunder yet this year. And then you've got the Jazz at the Mavericks, two teams on the outside looking in. Both of them were in the playoffs last year, and it's very possible that both of them could miss out this year. Neither of them can really afford to lose this one. Unfortunately, one of them is going to. That's it for this week. Tune in on Monday for another edition of NBA Weekly. And until then, happy Friday. Have a good weekend. Hope you enjoy the NBA playoffs. They're right around the corner. It's about a month away from the end of the season. Things are really starting to lock up.